Reasons why I don't support it, or I will not even support it, is because we, from our forefathers, this nation was built through Harambee. And Mr. Speaker, there are three very important Harambees that people do or people conduct in this country. And one is fundraising for school fees. Even now, after the CDF is in place, they cannot provide school fees or bursaries for each and every child, especially those who are coming from very poor background, Mr. Speaker. And that is an Harambee that I will always go and give, and that is why I have to say no to this bill, unless the government can make the education free from ECD to university. Then I can say yes to such a bill. But as long as school fees is being paid, students are already complaining about the new system in the universities, the model of educating the students in universities. Some of them cannot even afford to pay for the hostels, because the fees is very high. They are not getting the help that they were getting before, and they cannot even afford money to pay for accommodation. So they are going to college and loitering around during daytime and going to look for abandoned places to go and sleep because they cannot afford. I can never vote for this bill to continue, because, Mr. Speaker, what are we telling those students who cannot afford school fees right now, and they have no food to eat, they have nowhere to sleep, and we are sleeping comfortably, and here we are making laws to continue oppressing them? Mr. Speaker, the second reason why I cannot vote yes for this bill to refuse fundraising is that most of hospital bills, the patients who have hospital bills and cannot afford, we've seen them actually being made prisoners in hospitals, even government hospitals. Mr. Speaker, I cannot tell you how many times I have walked into Machakos hospitals, level 4, level 5, level 3, and found patients being detained for lack of payments for their bills. Mr. Speaker, some of them, even if they are put in that hospital for a whole year, they can never pay. And the hospital, maybe the governors also have bills to put up, so they retain them. Mr. Speaker, unless medical health care has been made free in this country, I can never vote yes for such a bill, because I know there are people who are really suffering. Some of them even die, and they cannot even take their dead people to go and bury, because they have bills in hospitals, not only in government hospitals, even also in private hospitals. Mr. Speaker, this is a bill we cannot be talking about right now. Kenya is not yet there. We are yet to be there, but we are not yet there. Mr. Speaker, the third kind of a bill that will make me not vote yes for this bill. And Mr. Speaker, dealing with the hospital, SHA is not working completely. It's not working. The other day I was called by one of my coordinators telling me that she was admitted in hospital and she has been discharged. And when they entered the SHA whatever number, SHA reported back to them that she has to remain in the hospital for the next 5 days for her to be discharged. And she's not on any treatment. I had to call the NSSF people, NHAF people, to ask them, why is somebody being detained in the hospital after they have been discharged by the medics? And that is when she was released. SHA is not working, and this is the wrong time to bring such a bill. If there is any bill that we should be bringing here and discussing here now, is a bill to know how to regulate SHA to make it work and function properly. Because even private hospitals now are not admitting, they are not accepting anybody with these cards of SHA unless they pay cash deposit. Mr. Speaker, we have a big problem in this country. And if there is anything we should be discussing here this afternoon is how to solve those problems. First of all, make education free from ECD to university. 2, make health care free, especially in government hospitals. And 3, Mr. Speaker, churches have no money to build churches, even mosques. Well-wishers build mosques. And Mr. Speaker, you're a Muslim. You know very well, no, what do you call your pastors? Imam, yeah. There is no imam who can build, who can build a mosque. They have to depend on well-wishers to build mosques for them, as well as pastors. Pastors depend on the congregation and well-wishers to build churches. And Mr. Speaker, let me detach myself completely from this, because the Bible tells me you can never touch the apple of the eye of God. If we touch the church, then we'll be fighting with God. And I'm sure there is no one particular man, there is no one particular kingdom who can fight with God. So, because we build churches through fundraising, Mr. Speaker, I will say no to this bill. Unless we allocate funds for the churches to be doing their developments through the government. If the government allocates funds for the church, then we can talk about such a bill, but not at this time. Mr. Speaker, fundraising for this country cannot be stopped at the moment. And if there are people who are misusing the fundraising to go and clean their monies or to go and give out a lot of money, why can the ESCC follow such people and know where they are getting this money from? And also KRA, follow this money and know if this money has been taxed. Why punish the people who should gain from Harambee and fundraise than punishing the people who are bringing such money in churches and in people who need this money? Mr. Speaker, it is true we have seen people giving out money in like 20 million in a church, Harambee. Mr. Speaker, not one church, not two churches, different churches in one day, and they are giving such a huge amount of money. These people should be followed by ESCC, and they say where they are getting this kind of money from. Because we know their salaries, we know their capability, but where are they getting this money? If there is any bill that we should be discussing today, is about corruption, how to end corruption in this country, and not how to end Harambee. Mr. Speaker, I say no to this bill. Thank you.
Senator Odinga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.